This video is part of our 1-year anniversary series here on the channel, and I thought this was the perfect time to look back at something that's been part of the garden almost from the very beginning, the garden railway. It's something that people ask about all the time, and it's also one of the things that surprises people the most when they visit. I originally had no plans for a garden railroad at all. It actually started indoors, running around the Christmas tree. But it didn't take long to realise that it would make a wonderful addition to the garden. And it started very small, just one small circuit running through our fairy garden. When I first moved the trains into the garden, I made what I now know was a classic beginner's mistake. I powered the track. That works fine indoors, but outdoors, in a real garden, the track gets dirty, and when that happens, the power stops flowing. Leaves, mulch, twigs, moisture, it just doesn't take much. The big breakthrough came when I switched to battery-powered, remote-controlled trains. I got my equipment from a small one-man company called G-Scale Graphics, and honestly that decision changed everything. Suddenly the trains were reliable, predictable, and enjoyable to run, which is kind of important if you actually want to use them. Garden railways are much more popular in Europe than they are here, especially in the UK and Germany. A lot of the trains, buildings and accessories are made in Germany, and you can really see that tradition reflected in the designs. That European influence ended up shaping the look and feel of the railway in our garden. Early on, I built many of the buildings and structures myself, and I really enjoyed that part of it, the craftsmanship, the creativity, the problem solving, but these days I don't have as much time for scratch building as I used to, but I'm glad I did it when I could. Those early pieces still set the tone. One thing people don't always realise is that the track stays down all year, and every spring it needs to be reballasted. That means placing fresh gravel under the rails and resetting everything that's shifted over winter. It's not glamorous, but it's part of living with the garden railway. And when winter comes, all of the buildings and figures come inside. And yes, my garage is absolutely filled with them. It looks a little bit like a small village waiting for spring. Because of the work involved, I don't actually run the trains very often. The tracks need to be cleaned, checked and maintained, and it's not something you do on a whim. But when they do run, it's usually during garden tours, and that's when they really come to life. Children absolutely love them, and we've had neighbours ask if they can visit, bringing their grandchildren just to see the trains run. And honestly, that's one of the most rewarding parts of it. But the thing I enjoy most about having trains in the garden isn't actually running them, it's how they make the garden look. The railway adds a sense of scale, story and whimsy, even when nothing is moving. I really enjoy gardening around the railroad, choosing plants, shaping paths, and letting the garden grow around the buildings. It becomes a kind of miniature world that changes with the seasons. And I love photographing the results. Sometimes the trains aren't running at all, but the scene still tells a story. Looking back now, a year into this YouTube channel, the garden railway feels like a perfect symbol of what we're doing here. It's not about perfection. It's about building something slowly, enjoying the process and sharing it with others. So thanks for being part of our first year, and thanks for taking the time to look back with us.